Any real questions there, guys? You guys, Rich Pavel, obviously we've known each other for a really long time, but I want to give you just a little snapshot of my first time that I met Rich in his shaping room surf shop in Ocean Beach. And I'm trying to figure, it's probably 1986 or 1987. And it was a time when the thruster was really kicking into gear in San Diego. It was very popular with the modern surf movement. And Rich was always very generous with all the other shapers, and I would go in and rent a shaping room, and I would pay him $15, and he would give me all this help with shaping, and my brother. But you went into his showroom, and you had the most beautiful line of surfboards that you've ever seen. And some of them were fish, and some of them were 11 feet long, and he had the most unbelievable rack of surfboards that was completely opposite of what was going on for all those years. And walking into Rich's little shop at Ocean Beach was just an absolute dream. And he was doing the individual thing even before it was an individual thing, because he was always been so far outside of the popular thing, but everybody gravitated to him. And when you went into his shop, I remember just seeing this stack of rail templates that were so beautifully made, you just couldn't believe it. And I don't know who did it, but it was everything. He was the epicenter in all of San Diego for really, really individual quality surfboards for so long that you just can't believe it. And I'm just so stoked that you're up there, Rich, and you're enjoying some of the foods.
Well, this is your 40th year celebration of the Green Room.
Yeah, thanks for that, Graham.
You know.
The Green Room was started on Kauai in September of 1970. And of course I was in about 3rd grade then. But the guys that started, you had basically an outpost at that point on Kauai. And I had been hearing things about Kauai. You had guys like Jimmy Lucas, Joey Cabell, and then a lot of innovators or progressives and creatives that were there. I mean, the list, unbelievable. And it's well beyond just Brewer, Cabell, Diffender for Hamilton, all those guys. A lot of unsung guys as well. And they were there really putting the finishing touches on the shortboard revolution, where everything went from basically double-ended kind of tug depressors to sleek stiletto-like spears, and pioneering it. Anyway, the Green Room was there making that possible in the way that it was providing blanks and supplies for all those guys. And it'd be kind of like making that stuff available, I don't know, in Bali or something now. It was just out there. There wasn't anything there. And then I ended up going to Kauai in the mid-70s. And then I got a job working for a very harsh but fair Chinese man, Henry Taihook, slopping pigs. And then he got me a job working as a field worker, picking papaya. So that whole relationship with Kauai and the Green Room and everything's very close to me. And it ended up being something that they sort of passed the torch on, or I'm flying the flag now. And for the last 20 years or so, we've had our humble, modest little Green Room surf shop, and it really is meant to only be a place of spirit and make possible the kind of existence and path that these two young men have found their way to or chosen. And I think, Tom, you did a really good job sort of expressing it as the way you were experiencing. And we're really happy. We'd like to see another 40 years, I guess, and a few more generations of the likes of these young men.
How do you feel, Rich, about the young guys and what's happening? Like, you're an older guy. Are you romantic about it? Are you romantic about it? Do you love it, or do you look at the younger guys and do you go, "Oh, that guy's really doing some cool stuff"? Or how do you feel about the younger guys?
Probably use a bath and a haircut.
He's a comedian too, is he?
We love you guys. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but
No,
I
so-
basically was disciplined with whips and belts
Yeah.
and razor straps.
'Cause obviously
And I had
you've
to
got-
fight my way to the surf.
You've got older guys above you too. You've got
Yeah.
your mentors, like
Yeah.
you know.
Actually, you're bringing up a really good point here
Yeah.
because the mentors we had basically.
Mentors.